This mint julep recipe was first published 156 years ago. I'm Brian Johnson, and this episode of Better Cocktails at Home, we're making the Prescription Julep. I first came across this in David Wondrich's Imbibe book, and it's an old recipe from the middle 1800s, and it's a great version of mint julep, so I wanted to make it. It's pretty similar to other mint juleps in the fact that we're going to start with mint, and you should always rinse your mint. I've already done that, and you can do, I'll do about 2 sprigs worth of leaves, 10, 12 leaves or so. Nothing crazy. And then add that to your mint julep cup. Now once you have that, I like to add my simple syrup next, and I do about 1/4 ounce of simple syrup. And then add that to your mint leaves. Then next up, we're going to muddle. You always want to use the small end to muddle with. Grab the big end, press down. In this case, the muddling action is very light. I mean, I'm hardly even pressing down. I'm letting the weight of the muddler just kind of press the leaves together, mix in with the simple syrup that's already in there. And I mean, the goal is to transfer the oils in the leaves into the simple syrup. So I just, kind of swirl it around a bit. You want to press down, but I mean, the goal is not to pulverize or destroy the mint and really, smash it up. That's not really the goal here. You can release some bitterness, some chlorophyll out of the leaves. The goal is just to press them gently and get the oil out. That's all you want to do. Once you've done that, you can add your spirits. Now, the Prescription Julep calls for 1.5 ounces of cognac, and I'm using Pure France 1840. A very nice cognac. It's got a little bit higher proof, so it stands up well, I think. And add that to the mint julep cup. Now the other major spirit component of this is rye whiskey, and I'm using Sazerac rye here. It's one of my favorites. I really enjoy it. And we're going to do 1/2 ounce of this. And then add that. And then next up, we're going to add ice, which is very important. So you want to add that in to your cup. And I fill mine just about to the top. And then I like to stir it up a bit just to reduce the ice a bit and just to start to mix the cognac and the rye whiskey just a touch. And then once I've done that, I want to add some more ice. You want a little mountain on top of your mint julep cup. And you're going to spill ice. It's just what happens when you make a good mint julep. It's part of the process. And then, of course, you're going to garnish with a couple of sprigs of mint. And just want to give it a few slaps to kind of get those aromatics woken up. And jam them in the side there. And you want a nice little bouquet of mint. And then the final thing is to add a straw. So you want to have your lips on this. Is very cold. But jam it in there so it's right next to your mint leaf garnish. Once you've got it pretty much finished, one last thing that I've seen, and I saw with on Paul Clarke's blog. He's a well-known cocktail expert. He adds a little bit of rum to the top of his Prescription Juleps, and I tried it and I really like it. I think it works really well. So I used to use a Smith & Cross here. It's a nice Jamaican rum. Just kind of over the top of it. Gives it some funk, a little bit of rum flavor. But I mean, it's what it comes out looking like when you do it right. Your glass will start to frost up, and it's a wonderful cocktail. It looks great. Flavor-wise, it's delicious. You get this, the mix of cognac, rye. You get the spice. You got the, the kind of the mellowness of the cognac. It's a little softer. It's not quite as, in your face. If this was an all rye whiskey, mint julep. Obviously, you get the mint. You get a touch of sweetness from the simple syrup. Give a little bit of funk from the rum on the top, which is really, I think, is a really nice touch. Obviously, get the mint for when you get your nose down in there. Overall, delightful version of mint julep. I really like it. I mean, this is first published in 1857 in Harper's Magazine, and it's a great version of the mint julep. I really like it. If you've always been just I throw my bourbon in, and that's what I use for my mint juleps, it's time to expand your horizons and try some other things. I think you're going to like it. But that's how you make the Prescription Julep.